What is up, everybody? Welcome into Doc's Daily. It's Monday. It's November 10th. Man, God, what happened to this year? Needless to say, and look at us. We're live on Instagram. Okay, folks. So if you're following on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, we're also live on Instagram now. Why? Because we grow. And I don't know. I click buttons and now we're here. So shout out to you.
It might be your new nickname.
Wherever you're watching, drop that in the chat. I'm always curious about where you're watching from. I'm the only one that looks at that stuff or matters, whatever, but just drop it in the chat. Anyways, I got joined with me today, Nick Menken, Craig Trapp, coming off the weekend. Before we get too far into it, don't let me forget about free $60 account. Link is in the description of the video, but new customers, free $60 account, docsports.com/free60. Use that $60 however you want on any handicapper you want. If you're brand new over to the website, you could split that up. A day pass is $30. So you could split that up between these two knuckleheads if you so desire. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, become a member. You got to buy your own members only jacket. I realized in Instagram, somebody complained about that. Boo-hoo! Buy your own jacket, send me a picture, and I'll send you a sticker, like a gold star sticker. I don't know. Buy your own members only jacket. Craig Trapp's looking at me like, stop telling people to buy their own jacket. But all the cool kids are doing it. Nick's got one.
Yes, I do. It's gold, too.
It's old. See? It's vintage, Nick. It's not old. It's vintage now, the kids say. What's up, Craig Trapp? How was your weekend?
Well, good and bad. I did lose my 8-unit game of the year by a half a point or 1 point, depending on where you got it. I had Arizona Wildcats, and they played unbelievable the first series and unbelievable in the fourth quarter. The in-between, they were not so good. Still 5-2 with our football weekend, so we did even have a profit. And our top play in the NFL goes tonight, Monday Night Football. So I really like this one. I think it's a really good game. Obviously, NFC Championship type atmosphere here. I mean, this definitely top four teams, I would imagine. I think you could throw in the Rams and the Lions and these two teams tonight, and I think you're probably going to get the NFC Championship matchup out of those four games. So I think we have a big advantage tonight, so let's get it home.
That's fair. Nick, how was your weekend?
And congratulations to the Lions. They played really good yesterday, one of my top
I didn't do anything. You don't have to say congratulations to me. I did my normal part.
Congratulations to the Bear country. Bear down, baby. We got to win again. 5 in a row.
Bear down.
Good weekend, though, I will say. Winning football weekend, and right now we're steamrolling on the ice. We are 17-1. I guess that's pretty good in my last 18 selections there. We have a 3-unit tonight. Only 4 games on the board, but tomorrow we will have another top play. We're rolling there, and we got a top play in the NBA here tonight. We're 4-0 in my last 4 selections, too. So we got a buffet of things. What you want, I got. So head on over, baby. Let's have a great week. I'm jacked up. And Bears, another win, come from behind. I'm all jacked up on this Monday. What could I say, Lenny?
I'll tell you what.
Well, they say pump the brakes on the Monday, right? Right, Lenny? Pump the brakes.
Yeah, right. It's always overreaction on Monday, whether it's fire your coach or hail the coach.
Giants fired Daboll just 10 minutes ago, FYI.
Giants fired. Wait a minute. I created, Craig, it took me like 25 minutes to make this, so I'm going to use it. New York football Giants fire head coach Brian Daboll. It took me like 20 minutes to figure out that, first of all, that I could do that. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I put my picture on there, which is like the best I've ever looked at a wedding, and it was good times.
Not surprising, right? Not surprising they fired him.
About time.
But I'm always like, I get why college football fires coaches, because there's the recruiting involved. You're trying to line up coaches for next time, and you want to be the first of the big schools trying to go after maybe the biggest targets, like this year would be Lane Kiffin. Sounds like he's the toast of the town. But in the NFL, we don't hire till after the season. So I just don't understand if you've waited this long.
Well,
I don't know.
I think they were going to, and then they started to get a little swagger to them with Jackson Dart and Cam Scatteraboo, and then he gets hurt, and then Jackson Dart. Yeah, now they're both hurt, so they're like, hey, look, rather than try and maybe squeak in with this, real young core they have, they're just going to take a knee and hope to get a high ranking draft pick or get some draft picks somewhere along the line.
What's the Lenny? Get the
line.
rankings. Get the rankings as far as the worst teams, like the Saints and the Titans, right? And then the Giants, and then let's don't forget about the Browns that just lost to the Jets too.
You mean there's that? It's Tennessee is 1-8. They have the worst record in the league,
right?
And then there's a few people that are 2-8, the Saints and the Giants, and then a plethora of people that are 2-7. Browns, Raiders, Jets, yeah, and then a ton that are, from there it goes Commanders, Dolphins, same type situation. But I look for that bottom. The
Giants should be losing out.
I don't know what the Jets are doing. Why are the Jets trying to win games?
They traded away guys and then they win, which is like only the Jets can do that. Like, okay, we've given up on this year. Let's try to go for next year. They win 2 games. They win their last 2 games. I will say this: at least there's not like a quarterback out there. There's not like we've seen it when it was Burrow and we saw it when it was Trevor Lawrence, where it's like this is the guy you want. There's not that proven guy coming out in college football. The Mendoza kid out of Indiana, I think Sorsley out of Ohio State. The kid out of Alabama. What's his name?
Simpson. Ty Simpson.
Yes. These are all guys that are good. They've only done it for like a year, so not quite the proven concepts that we've seen in the last few years.
Right.
But if you're the Jets, you definitely need a quarterback. So it's like the Titans, at least the Titans at this point, they have their quarterback, they think. So it's like they're probably going to be number one, and they probably could trade that and get some. But like the Saints need a quarterback.
Yeah, they need an offensive line too. I mean, I just think that really right now the Saints, I think your offensive line, and you just listen, you got to grow there before you can grow anywhere else. I just feel like a lot of these teams go at it ass backwards and it never works. And they go at it like, okay, we're going to get the star young quarterback and then we'll build around him. Man, you get a mediocre quarterback and make him look good around a good offensive line, and then you slap down money for a quarterback, and then it's a plus. Now, there's not a lot of teams that are one quarterback away from being really good.
I wouldn't be surprised if New Orleans goes after Kirk Cousins. I could totally see Cousins going to the Saints.
The way he looked the last year and a half.
Yeah, the way he looked, and his last game was awful, but he's still a veteran quarterback.
Yeah, and he
look at this way. Look what the Lions did. Lenny will attest to this. When they went and got Sewell, that really changed.
That was boom.
Like it was
You'll
like a can't
look
miss.
back in this 50 years from now and study this, and it'll be that draft pick.
The worst teams,
culture changed.
The worst teams usually are the worst at drafting. That's why they're the worst. Is they're not great at evaluating talent. Getting a great offensive lineman is like the least miss usually, because even if you draft them at tackle and they're not unbelievable, you can always move them into guard, and they can be a really good guard. So it's like you can miss on a quarterback, you can miss on a running back, miss on a receiver, defensive ends. The best offensive linemen almost always, I won't say always, it's like a 90% strike rate as they're going to be good. The Lions, it was a can't miss. It was a great draft pick. Then they took and traded away their Hall of Fame quarterback and got another really good quarterback that had taken a team to the Super Bowl.
Quarterback.
And got draft picks. So it was like, and didn't have to pay him as much. It was a home run of home run deals. Not everybody has that. See, you don't have that option because at least you guys have Matt Stafford to kind of use as a bargaining chip.
I guess. I'll tell you what, when the Eagles, let's put that into the universe, okay? We're putting that out there to the gambling god universe. When the Eagles beat the Packers tonight,
wow.
The Detroit Lions.
Bold statement, Cotton.
Yeah.
Bold. When they beat them, the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears will be tied for a top of the division after after week 10.
Because the Packers have a tie.
Who had that on their bingo card?
That tie for the Packers is
besides Robert Ferringo.
Is going to like at the end of the year, that tie might end up keep them out of winning the division, where the half game back instead of.
I don't know. There's people that think that tie could win them the division.
I mean, it possibly could,
You know what I mean?
Totally,
That we're all tied. If they win, we're all tied for their
right. But if you put that in the win column right now, look where they'd be. I mean, it's a pretty big, like as we stand now. Obviously, there's a lot of football to be played, including the head-to-head matchups in all three of these teams. I will say this. I will guarantee, the Craig guarantee, the Bears aren't making the playoffs.
Oh, come on now.
I thought he was going to say something else. Fight words right there.
You just worry about your Cincinnati Bengals over there.
Oh, we're not making the playoffs either.
You just worry about your Bengals. Don't talk about my Bears.
I know.
Don't you talk about my Bears like that, Craig.
I watched Rocky all weekend, so
I know playoff teams. I know the Bengals weren't a playoff team when the season started. We're still not a playoff team as it is. And the Bears, give them credit. They're winning the games they're supposed to win. That's what you have to do as an NFL team. The difference is when those last few teams, it's like, okay, now can they beat a Packers? Can they beat the Lions? I don't even know. Like the Vikings, I still the Vikings just beat the Lions 2 weeks ago. They're I have no clue about the Vikings. That's a team I am totally just confused.
They're a dumpster fire.
They can beat anybody and they can lose to anybody.
Why does Kevin O'Connell still have a job? Why does nobody ever talk about him being on a hot seat?
He's the greatest quarterback coach. Like, look what he's redone with no quarterbacks.
Okay, he got rid of Kirk Cousins, right? I'm just saying.
Sam Darnold, look at him lighting it up.
Sam Darnold's potentially the MVP right now. Like, I mean, he's
a broke man. Josh Allen is Sam Darnold. He is a broke man, Josh Allen. Not his play, but how big he is, how physical he is, and that's how good he has been.
O'Connell turned around. Guess who also was there? Who? Freaking Daniel Jones was there. He didn't get to play.
And then they
tried to keep Daniel Jones. That was the guy I think they really wanted. But he didn't want to be a backup, and they really wanted to give McCarthy the chance.
It's like I don't blame Daniel Jones. Coach. It's like giving the kindergarten teacher all the credit for this kid going through MIT. I mean, the kids, both those players,
it's like high school to college.
Players have moved on. Like, I mean, you're giving the high school coach credit. I mean, come on. I'm not giving Kevin O. If he was such the quarterback whisperer, why did he let both of them go?
They tried to keep him, but they wanted them to be the backup. They wanted McCarthy to have a shot to be the number one. These guys, if you have a chance to be a starting quarterback in the league, there's only 28 of them. You're going to go take that opportunity. And Daniel Jones, that it was clear he was going to be the number one in Indy, so that was like a no-brainer. He's like, "Damn, this team's good."
Right,
Richardson's terrible. And then you knew Seattle didn't have anybody either, so it was like these were guaranteed starting spots. Basically, these guys are going to. And I think J.J. McCarthy is going to be good. He just needs to be healthy and not have the pressure. Unfortunately, they're in such a tough division, and they're behind the 8 ball now in their wins and losses. You kind of got to put it on them a little more,
I don't know why anybody thinks that he's going to be any good. He's been he's been injury prone.
They've won the playoffs.
He's halfway through the season.
They've been to the playoffs every year he's been a coach, right?
You know what? So is Penn State. What happened with James Franklin?
What? Dude, James Franklin couldn't win a big game. Like, he hasn't beat a good
Neither
team.
could Kevin O'Connell.
I will say this. People are like, Virginia Tech, this is how crazy your Virginia Tech fans are like, yeah, we don't want James Franklin. We don't want James Franklin. Dude, James Franklin took teams to the – look what he's – you want James Franklin.
Where did Fry come from, though? Where did Fry, our previous head coach that just got fired, where did he come from?
Penn State, didn't he? Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Look at you. Yeah.
Yeah, but
he came from Penn State. We took enough trauma. I'll say that. If you
can win at Vanderbilt, he won at Vanderbilt. He brought Penn State back from some really bad times. I'm telling you, I get it. He's not won a championship. You could say that about a lot of coaches, by the way. I mean, who's won a championship that's a college football coach right now? Kirby Smart, Dabo Swinney, Ryan Day. Who else am I missing here?
I don't know.
My brain's hurting.
There's only 4 or 5 coaches in college football right now.
What made me think on a Monday?
You think about it. Urban Meyer left. He won championships. Saban's left. He won all those championships. So it's like all these guys are retiring. It's like, dude, most guys haven't won championships. So saying you guys haven't won the big one is like, dude, that's everybody outside of 3 or 4 college football coaches right now. James Franklin would be the biggest upgrade Virginia Tech has ever had because Frank Beamer was there for so long that it's not like they've had other opportunities. I tell you who you don't want. You do not want his son. because I think that pressure of, having to live up to where your dad was. I mean, he hasn't been that great at South Carolina. So I'm like,
I hope it's Franklin, but I believe it will be probably Beamer's son. It has to be.
And I think he wants like South Carolina. He's kind of got them to where he can get them. I think he's like, dude, if I don't win next year, I might get fired. Whereas if I go back to Virginia Tech, I'm going to have a little longer leash, especially with the history of his dad. So the college football, the who's who. I mean, Wisconsin kept their football coach because they knew they would be like the 12th, like in line of teams, big teams that need coaches. And they're like, we're not getting one at Wisconsin. So they not only kept him this year, they gave him the leash for next year.
Jesus.
He at least went out and win.
I don't understand that's how they do that, but
they beat Washington this week. So that was their biggest game of their year, the biggest win of the year. So maybe they were right. Maybe the players were, behind the scenes, like, rallying for him, and it worked. So we'll see what they do rest of the season there.
I heard a lot of people talking about this MVP stuff. I know it's way too early to talk MVP stuff, but is Jonathan Taylor the MVP front runner right now?
When's the last time it hasn't been a quarterback?
I don't know. But I do know.
That's a great trivia question.
I know.
It is.
It's been a while. I heard on ESPN radio somebody saying that for him to win, he's got to hit like most touchdowns in a season, or he's got to break a record. Unfortunately, he's got to. I don't want to say unfortunately, but he's got to do something. He's got to go above and beyond. Yeah, something spectacular.
It's been 12 years. It was Adrian Peterson in 2012.
So they were talking about him having to break Eric Dickerson's touchdown record, 31. He's got to pick up the pace.
I don't think it's about him, though.
To say he's got to pick it up a little bit.
It's about the quarterbacks, though. If like a quarterback goes from here to the end of the year and just like goes nuts and probably wins their division, let's just say wins the AFC or wins the NFC, is the number one seed. They will get the MVP. If that doesn't happen, then they could split up all the votes to quarterbacks, and this, he come in and like win a small majority. I think that's the way I think it would happen.
That's the way he rolls.
I mean, who's the top quarterback right now? I mean, Sam Darnold would be up there.
I mean, Drake May.
If Drake
May does what he's like, I gotta think.
Baker?
Baker. I don't know. They didn't play great. I'd say May because they played each other head to head, and he played great.
Yeah.
There's no way May keeps this up.
I don't know. I've been going against him the last 3 weeks.
I just
that's
feel
what
like
they said. That's what they said last year. That's at this time against Jaden Daniels. I think he's this year's Jaden Daniels. Different styles, but like that.
But remember Washington
they
last
kept
year
going,
was,
Jaden, he can't run like that forever. He's going to get hurt. He's da-da-da. I think
but remember they were going for it on fourth down. Like they went for it on fourth down and made it more than any team in the NFL last year. And it started early in the year. They did it in that Bears game, and they won the miracle round. Like they won, dude. That's not how the Patriots are winning. They're playing great on both sides of the ball. They're not turning the ball over, winning the turnover battle. Yeah. And I also think Mike Vrabel is playing with a chip on his shoulder as a coach because he was a good coach at Tennessee. Took the scapegoat. I still don't understand. Like Tennessee, they had two things going for them. They had the best running back in the league and probably the top 3 coach in the league. They got rid of them both. And it was like, that's why you're a bad franchise.
Yeah, there's any free plays for Monday Night Football?
Packers, I hate to say it. I want to see the Eagles win this one, but Lambeau Field, it's cold. It's snowing here in Chicago, so I could only imagine about 3 hours more north. I'm on the Packers. I hate to say it, and it hurts me to say it there, Lenny. I know it hurts you to say it too. I want the Eagles to win here, but I think the Packers get it.
Can I kind of like a little pizza money, dabble. Brian Dabble. Let's just say Brian Dabble. We'll just dabble.
That's a winner.
Yeah,
we'll dabble a little on the 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns for Jalen Hurts. I think he gets a couple tush pushes, and like he's the most automatic. Like he gets one pretty much every game. Yeah, it's like 2 is always much tougher, but I think he could get 2 tonight. I
gave out a teaser for the members only and stuff, and a same game parlay that is just Lenny's lockable locks. I'm telling you.
Should we predict this?
Here's a degenerate.
Yeah, I can predict it.
No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can probably. You can't predict the same game parlay because it's a prop and a total.
I'm going to go with the Eagles. You're going to tease the Eagles on the plus, so you'll get them at, what is that, 7.5. Get them a touchdown in that hooker. And then I'm going to say you're going to go with the over. You're going to tease it down.
Oh, I went over.
Yeah.
Over 39.5. Yeah, teased it down to 39.5.
Good pick.
Yeah, so,
I was definitely.
I heard this on a podcast, radio, whatever, degenerate NFL gamblers like myself. If you can find a book that'll allow you to bet the first play of the game, the first play that the Eagles run is a tush push. Because here's why. Green Bay fought against the tush push in the offseason meetings. They were the leading team to be like, no, we don't want that, right? And Philly, they won, and they still have it. This is the first time they're going to play since then. Nick Sirianni if he's anything, he's petty. He's coming off of a bye week. He's going to come out and put the tush push first game. First play of the game, right?
Pick up a 1 or 2.
Yeah, pick up a 1 and then move on from there. Just move on from there. That's my degenerate pizza prop money bet.
All right.
Find
so
it, if you can find it.
I don't hate that. Sirianni is
see?
I played basketball at a small Division III school in Ohio called Marietta College. The number 1 team is Mount Union in our league. They're the greatest Division III football team of all time. Nick Sirianni was there. And I know, people that know, because he's from this Ohio area. And they're like, this dude is some kind of coach. Before he started winning, I was like, no way. So what he has done there, I will say, Jalen Hurts, remember when Jalen Hurts lost his job at Alabama and had to go to Oklahoma?
To Tua.
Yeah.
Think about where that guy come. They draft him, still wasn't the starter, people were not thinking he was automatic. And to turn that team into what they were with Jalen Hurts, and he does have limitations. He has some great things that he does. The tush push, his running ability. Not the greatest quarterback, though. And look what he's done. Nick Sirianni does not get enough credit. Remember that year when he went 1-6 to finish the year, and people want him fired, comes back, wins the Super Bowl the next year. I don't think he's really getting enough credit. They're doing it again this year, though, quietly, more quietly than last year.
I don't know. There's drama in that locker room.
Just one guy.
That's all it takes.
AJ Brown.
But I think guys that are quarterbacks, they just that's just the diva. That's just the, I don't think there's a whole lot of those. There's not a lot of other guys in that locker room that are like that.
Shout out to Antonio Brown too, by the way.
Oh my God,
in custody somewhere. So
I thought that was fake news. I was like, it's April 1st, the first.
Yeah,
one
right. Yeah, you never know with him too, because especially I saw it on Twitter, and I'm like, I believe half of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm
the
like,
fact that he pulled a security guard's gun to shoot at people that were trying to hurt him, that is just that. You can't make this shit up. Are you kidding me?
CTE, man. I'm just saying, it is what it is. Let's talk a little NBA though. Derek's got a question about the Heat Cavs total 247.5. How do we not go under this number?
Think about it. Divide that by 4.
I think they're trapping you. I'd go with the over.
62 points a quarter.
Right? 62 points a quarter.
Get it. That's what you have to get. You have one quarter where you don't.
Why would it be this high though?
Right.
It's crazy.
Why is it that high?
That is absurd. It's almost 250 points.
Yeah,
it is.
It's basically. Basically, you're asking them to score 250 between the two. 125 each.
The overreaction of this year's, it's been a lot of points in all the games this year, so it makes sense that the totals have getting jacked up. But this one's out of hand. The Heat, of all things, think about this. We think Eric Spoelstra is about defense. This year's team plays no defense. They run and gun, so it's hard to wrap your head around. I thought that the Heat would be the play in that game, as far as they're getting 7.5, 8, 8.5, depending on where you look at it. I think you take the Heat and stay away from that total.
The last 4 wins for the Cavaliers, which are they're 4-5 in the last 5. They scored 128, 148, 132, and 117. And then the Heat, they're 3 out of 5 of the last 5.
Yeah.
Those 3 wins, they scored 136, 126, and 120. So
Seems
you
like no
need them both to
defense.
score 125. Is not unheard of when you look at this, but for me,
That's the
it's
NBA. No
you guys
defense.
remember during MLB season when I won't go over 10 and I won't go over 11. 11's where it's at. This is it. That's the number. 10, I won't go over 10. I'll take unders, whatever, right? It's just I can't do this.
The Heat are 7-3 against the spread. And the Cavs
What
are
about
3 and
against
7.
total?
3 and 7. Like, I just think why mess with the total when the side is a much safer play? In my opinion, I just think when you get over 240, I think you really got to be crazy to bet the overs because
You got to
you
feel
literally
really good
need
about it.
3 minutes is all you need. 3 minutes of any quarter to be like a couple points, and you're unless it goes overtime, you're probably screwed. And there's been a lot of overtime games too, and people don't take those stats out of it. A lot of overtime. Hell, Oklahoma City, haven't they played like 3 overtime games already? They played the first 2 games for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And double overtime, I think, in at least one of those. So just be careful with those numbers. Sometimes they're a little skewed with some overtimes in there.
Bully, I don't know how to do this, so I'm going to do it once during the NBA season, and I don't feel like I'm going to be able to say this at any point further down the season. The Pistons are the best team in the East right now. Okay, they have the best record in the East. They're playing the best basketball in the Eastern Conference, maybe in the NBA. And I know they're 8.
Have they played Milwaukee yet?
I don't care. They're 8-2, and I'm just saying this is probably the last time I'll be able to say that. So I figured I'd take.
I don't think so. I think they're built to last. They actually one of the teams that play defense. They have one of the younger superstars so you'd have to think injury, knock on wood, Lenny, for your team. Knock on wood. You got to think Cade Cunningham's probably a better chance that he's going to be healthy than a lot of these older teams. And the Orlando Magic was the next team. Them and Detroit, I thought, were the 2 young teams that could take advantage of the Bucks with the injury to, of course, Damian Lillard last year, the Tatum injury, and Cleveland was a little banged up to start off. So I was like, man, they're the only team. These 2 teams are healthy. Well, Orlando's not been good. And Detroit's been great, so you're definitely top 3.
Yeah, they haven't played the Bucks yet. They played them in.
And the Knicks have been bad too. The Knicks haven't been nearly as good as people thought. At home, they've been great, but so I like Detroit. I do. I think they're built to last.
We don't play the Bucks till the 22nd of November.
They're better than I thought they'd even be, which I had high expectations of them. And I think Detroit Red Wings are better than I thought. Man, right? Don't you think the Red Wings are? I thought the Red Wings would be like another.
The Red Wings offense would score. They could score at a very fast pace.
Yes, they can. But their defense still, I said this last year, I said the year before, this year, if you got a goaltender. You need to get a goaltender. Cam Talbot ain't it. People are talking about Gibson being it. He ain't it. If this is where we're at, there's a young kid they have in the minors called Sebastian Cossa, Cossa. They've had him for like 3-4 years since he was like 16. He's probably like 22, maybe 21 now. If I don't see him in the winged wheel this year, I want Steve Yzerman fired. Ran out of the
There's
city.
the headliner from Lenny right there, Detroit Lenny.
Hey, how about there's one, I thought an interesting game tonight. I kind of like that Florida-Vegas where both teams are a little disappointing, Nick. Like I thought Vegas would be way better. Now we kind of seen this with Florida last year where they just kind of like, just get us into the playoffs. We'll turn it on. Is this like a more important game than just a Monday game in the middle of November?
Definitely. In the eyes of the Golden Knights here, you're on a 2-game losing streak, and the expectations, especially this season, haven't been up to par like last season. And now you're going up against the Stanley Cup defending champions here. You want to have a great game, especially on your home ice. Yep. And I think they do so here tonight. I'd like a lot of goals to be scored on their side. So the team total over with the Golden Knights here as well. Florida is just
3.5.
Yes, it is at 3.5. I do believe they get 4. So Florida 2. I forgot who they played, but they're coming in this game off a loss. I like Vegas here, and I like them to score a lot of goals in this one. It's a statement game, and it's a game that they need to, make them feel good about themselves here rolling into the week.
Yeah, anytime you can beat the champs too, it's like it does mean a little more. And it's like when you play, it's just like in basketball and the NBA, you don't get to play these teams that much. So it's like, it does mean something. You get them on the home ice. It's like, let's take it. And it's like, you start looking ahead you make this push towards, I always say, like the new year. This is that time of year where you start this 40, 45 days where it's like, can we get to the new year and be in a better spot? Right now, both these teams are not looking unbelievable. The West is a little more winnable, so I do think Vegas can kind of struggle a little bit. But the East, man, Florida can't mess around. The East is tough.
The East is,
East is tough. How about them Anaheim Ducks? Those guys are surprising me, and they're just a hard team to bet on. It's not an easy team to go to the window and put a nice grand on it. Now you got it. They're great. They're fast. They're young. They got great.
Robert was talking about San Jose State. He said, dude, if you just take them the plus every game, they've been pretty good. And it's like, you feel like if you went to the window, you got to whisper to them San Jose. You just give them the number.
It's dirty as hell, right? I mean, nobody thinks it's any kind of it's pretty by any means.
I said that's what they created the apps for, so you can make stupid bets like the 12-team parlays.
Tell nobody about it.
Yeah, and then you can share it with people because it's on your app, and you'd be like, "Here's my 12-team parlay where I took all the."
Here's
favorites.
what I think about that Vegas game. I'm perplexed by this game, really, to be honest with you. I looked at it and thought, maybe a draw. This is where my draw play comes into play. But then the more I look at it, I like Vegas. And now the more I looked at it and hearing Nick talk, I just placed the bet. Vegas in regulation. It's even money on DraftKings. Yeah. So it's plus 100, even money on DraftKings. And here's their loss. You were talking about who they lost to last was San Jose. Yeah, they have a 3-game. This is the 4th game of this road trip. They went to Anaheim, to LA, to San Jose, and now to Vegas. And that's the West Coast trip right there. The Wings just did it themselves. So they lost to Anaheim 7-3. They beat the Kings 5-2. They lose to San Jose. None of those games were on a back-to-back. None of them. So I just think Florida's kind of going through it right now. They are missing some key players. And I think that they're Vegas.
Well, I mean, it's anytime you go for a back-to-back, it's a lot. But I mean, you going for 3 in a row, it's
tired.
Yeah, it's just like you're aging. It's been a long.
I also think that they are the Florida Panthers are the LA Dodgers of the NHL.
Yep.
They can turn that switch.
They did last year, at least.
Right. They did last year. So,
Nick, I wanted your edge. I took Edmonton in regulation tonight. I mean, they lost 9-1 last time out. It's like a grab your balls type of game. Like, are you a man? If you lose like that the next time out, there's 2 games tonight that are like that. One in the NBA, Utah got beat by 40 on Saturday to Minnesota. They're getting points tonight at home. I got to think they probably step up. But I like this one most. It's because they're not playing the same team, but it's like you lose 9-1. I don't care who you are. You have to show back up. And at home,
100% statement game. It's a statement game, and it's more a statement game for Skinner. This guy really has to step up, not only because you saw what they did last year and the concerns of the goaltending, but you can't let 9 goals up. I get it wasn't all his fault here, but you got to have a game. You got to get back to one of the best in the Pacifics here. And Columbus isn't a very good team away from home. They're very good at home, and they score a bunch of goals. But this is an opportunity. Edmund needs to pound the puck here, and I think they do so. So the regulation play definitely in play in this one, Craig.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I think it was like minus 125 with the regulation, so it brings it in. It was unbettable for me especially they've lost 3 in a row, and it's like at minus 170, I couldn't play that. But it's more doable. I took a 2-unit on that one tonight. Lenny, like this is the night in the NBA that I saw. I was like, Lenny's probably got gonna have a bunch of teasers tonight in the NBA.
I don't have no teasers in the NBA.
Really? There's a ton of games that are in that like 5,
I have
6,
not
7
made
range.
one single NBA bet yet.
Really?
I won't. I will not. No. Well, I might have had the Pistons
Lenny?
one day. Might have had the Pistons one day. No, man, I need like a month of the NBA to get right. I mean, for real, for a teaser, I'm not. Well, we're not there yet. I'm telling you right now, there's money to be made in the NHL. There's 4 games to cap in the NHL,
right there is.
And I got about $1,100 in play.
The Predators. How about that? How about the Predators and the Rangers?
Over.
You're telling me the Rangers minus 185 here at home? Guess their record at home. 0-6.
No way.
6.
They're
0-6.
0-6-1.
If you're laying that,
that's like
Hey, hold on. And then the Predators.
Somebody must know something on that
but
one.
hold on. The Predators are only 1-3-2 on the road. So they're just as bad on the road.
Somebody's got to win.
But they score.
Hey, you know what you do? You put the over. I took the over.
Yep.
That's what I took.
5.5.
Yeah,
Yep.
5.5. I like the Devils in regulation. That's my big hockey play today.
Well,
I don't have no draw. Somebody called. I did give out a great draw on Saturday. Jack, I'm glad you followed. All hail the draw king. I should wear my crown when I give out the draws from now on.
Nick, how about your Bulls, by the way? We haven't even talked about your Bulls. We let Lenny talk about the Bulls. I do think they're paper tigers. Like, I do think they beat Philly, come back from 25 down. If they don't win that game. Like tonight, San Antonio, they got Fox back now, so they're really healthy. They're getting 4 points at home. Do you like them?
This is my game today. This is my 7 unit in the NBA.
So
I won't say if I like them. If I
it.
don't, I like the over though in this game.
If people said, okay, there's some teams that are hot. Detroit's one of them. San Antonio is one of them. Who do you trust? I think the Spurs team's for real. They have guys that are dogs. These young guys play defense, which is not usually you get young kids. They do not play defense. They play defense and offense. You got Wemby. They're still throwing in the ball. As long as he stays healthy, I think this team is going to be a top 3 or 4 team in the West. Everybody else in the West is like, they're so old. It's like they're all getting injured. Kevin Durant, there's no way he's going to season without injury. We've already seen Curry's been out 3 or 4 games with illness. Clippers, they're a dumpster fire. LA haven't had LeBron. Luka's probably going to get hurt. He's always hurt. Like, you go down through the teams, Minnesota, like, they're always hurt. Like, they're going to be there, the Spurs.
I can't bet NBA yet.
No comment.
Can't do it. I won't do it. I'm just going to say more player props in the NBA, but small card tonight. Hey, you're going to be on the live tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, so members only for you guys that are members in the chat. Monday night, halftime. There'll be a live show. Craig Trapp's hosting it. He don't know it yet. I'll be out and about, but I'll join, but I'll be mobile. I will be mobile. I'll be out.
Or mobile. Well, it's either mobile or, like a
I'll
kid's
be mobile.
thing. The kids
the
thing.
way I get mobile, I get mobile. So I'll be out and about. And Craig can't give me no crap because I'll be out with the boss man tonight. So I'm just saying.
We'll get the official Wade pick. We'll get Wade's pick at halftime. How about that?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody wants any picks from us at halftime by that time. That gives us a whole 2 hours.
Somebody said, it was IC said, I don't know how they haven't fired Wisconsin, Luke Fickell. And he said, right. It's because it's Wisconsin nice. He's just like Wade. It's like Wisconsin nice. That's just how people are up there. even when their football teams are bad, they're like, let's don't be mean to him.
Okay.
It's okay. Yeah. Everybody get a trophy.
They're like the Canadians of the U.S. They're just, it's okay.
Yeah, that's why Wisconsin, hasn't won a championship in anything in forever. In football, basketball, it doesn't matter.
It's a question for you, and then we're going to bounce. Lakers -3 and money line Bucks teaser thoughts.
The Bucks game scares me. I would try to find another team in that teaser because it sums up with that line. It's 2. I know the Bucks are on a back-to-back, but Dallas is played so bad. Why are they only 2-point favorite? That should alarm bells. The Lakers, I would tease them because they did lose last time at Atlanta, and it really was never close. So I do think they bounce back tonight. But find you another team in the teaser. Maybe I like the Heat. Plus, you add them up. I think that's like if you have a 5-point teaser, it'd be like 13.
Jazz too. Look at the Jazz.
Yeah, the Jazz scare me because they're either going to win this game outright. The Jazz, they lose by 40. They'll either win outright or they'll probably get blown out again.
2-1 at home.
Yeah.
All right, folks. That's going to do it for us today, Docs Daily. Today is Monday, November 10th. We'll be back tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, drop in the comment section whether you watch this after the fact that we're live. Drop in a comment whether you agree with us, disagree, or what you're on today. Free $60 account link is in the description of the video. We'll see you guys on the next one. Good luck unless you're against me.